It has been a long and bloody year since the end of the Great War. While the Emperor has claimed victory, the peace that so many heroes gave their lives for has not settled on the lands. The hordes of chaos, though leaderless, continue to taint the northlands of the Empire. Vicious warriors attack merchant caravans and raid isolated farms and villages. The Emperor's battle-weary soldiers patrol the forests and hills, ever vigilant against bloodthirsty warbands intent on looting and slaughter.
Alright everybody, welcome to another episode of Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay The Old World. I'm your GM Ghost. I believe this is session 4? Probably? Maybe 5? I think it's 4. Joining me, as always, are going to be Raven as Morgutt, Sim as KRUGER, DANISH as DORATHI, and Aki as Reinwald. If you enjoy this campaign and want to see campaigns like it, or other role-playing campaigns, fantasy, sci-fi, all that, go ahead and hit the bell and subscribe to Blades and Blasters. We do campaigns, one-shots, and the occasional live chat about systems and the state of role-playing games. We're going to go ahead and pick up with a quick handout and then get started with how we left off last session. Yes, it is Chapter 4. I'm going to show this to everybody. Everybody see that?
Yeah.
Chapter 4, The Green Menace. The Greenskins, a brutish race of marauders and tribes that threaten all forms of life with brutal conquest and savage massacre. Low cunning and incredible might exuded by each orc is only matched by their rowdy attitudes and infighting. War with one another is the only thing that keeps their unified fury at bay, but every now and again, a mighty war boss unites the tribes to go into a tear across all civilized lands. Whether a group of adventurers has encountered the beginnings of such an event or stumbled upon wayward orcish warriors, it is too soon to tell. Alright, we'll keep an eye on it, Raven. Thank you for telling me. So when we last left off, I believe we had rolled perception versus stealth. Both you had succeeded, both you in trees, KRUGER and Reinwald succeeded in remaining stealth from the orcs that approached. And we'll get a surprise turn of actions. Let's all roll initiative first so we know the proper initiative order, and then you guys can take those surprise actions.
And our fortune is refilled, right?
Yes.
It's here somewhere.
Initiative. Do we need to wait till you have a turn order up?
Go ahead and zip it. Right, you should be able to go ahead.
Yep. Ba-ba-da. Of course, Morgutt's sitting there having a conversation. That's exactly what it's like.
We're gonna fight these guys?
They seem pretty good. They want to eat stuff.
Everybody realized they had to stop that from going any further.
Yeah, right. Like, well, let's not risk it just in case. He's a good lad, but.
and him. Okay, so let's do surprise actions first. Reinwald and Kruger, whichever one of you wants to go ahead, you may.
Alright, I guess Kruger will go ahead and, if they're close enough, throw the net. Assuming we're trying to tangle up this guy, is that correct?
I think we were going to leave that to Morgan. I think we were going to try and get one of the goblins because we want info.
Gotcha. Alright. So this guy would be the guy.
Yeah, I feel like our goblin might be a bit easier to wrangle.
Maybe. Yeah, you can definitely try. Let me bring up rules for
And just imagine
entangling.
an orc grabbing the net and ripping it.
It was worth a shot.
What the dog is this?
Yeah, go ahead and fling it.
God
Yeah,
knows
well.
he'd just keep fighting with it on.
It would be your throwing. I'm not sure if you have it ticked for your macros. You might roll it off sheet, so you don't usually have any throwing stuff.
Yeah, I got a ticket.
Do we get any kind of bonus to this?
Yeah, I'll give you a plus 20. I think it's plus 20 when they're unaware. Let me take a look at surprise. Yes, plus 20 to... That's melee combo. I'll give you the plus 20 anyway, because no one's really expecting a net to fall on them. These guys have no idea.
No one expects the Spanish Inquisition.
No. With the
So
nets.
it's a plus 20 on top of a 20? Is that what I'm...
No, just a plus 20.
Well...
Plus 20 squared.
Oh,
Oh,
I
that seems
goofed.
off.
This feels like a fortune reroll.
Is that... Oh, I think, just try rolling it off of your sheet. I think the macro is messed up for throwing on your...
Gotcha.
Yeah, I see.
If you throw more nets, I'll make sure to fix it.
Every game now.
Yeah. He's gonna be carrying around a sack of fucking nets just to throw.
Should be in range specializations.
Yeah. There we go.
Unbeknownst to everyone,
That's
There you
better.
go.
a fisherman in former life.
Alright, so success with +1 level, so... He gets a last second chance to avoid it. But we'll see. I think you are... The way that I think it works is that if you're closer to your target level... Like, I think if you're closer to it, then you succeed. Yeah. So we'll say he's entangled. How does this look as you catch a goblin in a net?
So Kruger hiding up in the tree and trying to not breathe too deeply and not move too much. Sees the big orc come walking through and thinks to himself, I don't think we're supposed to take the big one with this. And then as he looks down, he sees a stray goblin making Miranda's way back up to him and decides this nothing too fancy. Gives it a little toss.
Yeah, and you see this goblin. He happens to look up at the last second, and just throws his arms up and just gets caught in the net. As it takes him to the ground. And Reinwald.
Nice, yeah. Reinwald has his sword out and he's kind of perched atop a branch and he's pretty much dropping right onto this guy. He doesn't do anything fancy, no flips or anything, but he drops down and goes for a heavy overhand swing, both hands on his half sword.
Alright, so because you are coming out of a tree, I'm going to have you make an acrobatics test. Not going to be that hard. Plus
Is
20.
that athletics?
Yes, athletics could work fine, yeah. Keep forgetting it doesn't have acrobatics.
Alright, well, I'm gonna spend a fortune on that.
I think that's a good call.
I'm fond of fortune at this point. Let's not do that over. That's better.
Oh, that's much better.
Much better.
All right. So you.
I put 5
Yes.
points in fortune. I gotta use it.
So go ahead and so that's just to make sure you got a tree. So go ahead and make your attack. You do get the plus 20 because he's surprised.
There we go. It's a 2 crazy something.
And he'll attempt to dodge. No good. So a successful plus 1. That should be 8 damage. And then it's 1 advantage your way. And he's gonna take how many moves? Okay. Doesn't look as you cut up this goblin.
Yeah, so Reinvold drops from the branches, the blade raised high, and just as he's touching the ground with either foot, he brings it down, slashing deep into the goblin's shoulder, before quickly pulling it out and taking a defensive stance.
Alright. Now we're on regular initiative, so Dorothy, you may proceed. It was an axe throw.
Yeah, I was throwing it, I think, at the green boy back there.
Alright. So it's a two-handed axe you're going to be throwing, I think, if this is, because it's lumberjack's axe.
Okay.
So it is a bit awkward for you to use. It's going to be a minus 10 on it.
Okay.
For the throw.
That
go
make
ahead
it like
and
a
do
great axe then for a weapon?
Yes, I have the axe stats for it, and I'll give
Okay.
you the damage here.
Yeah, I put that up too. I was filling. So, alright. A throw?
Just throw minus 10. Oh man,
Oh boy.
There you go.
that's pretty good.
Tiring for me, because I just threw a two-handed axe.
Oof. Yeah, he'll try to dodge that. No. Not at all. Let me see. Advantage, so 1 advantage. And then it's damage plus 1 success level on the thrown axe. Which is two-handed. That's gonna be a fair bit of damage. That is gonna be, I believe, 10.
Choke him in the head.
Yeah, 10. So 10 to him. Let me just double check impact to make sure that's not something, because those axes have impact as a quality.
Add the die of attack roll caused by
Yeah, the result. Ooh. So, units die, so it's a 0. Okay, that's unfortunate. If it would have been a 19, that would have just ruined him. But 10's still pretty good. How's this look as this axe kind of gets lodged in his shoulder?
So yeah, I have it sitting. Just I'm kind of resting on it as MORGUTT's chatting, and then when I see they're getting kind of twitchy, I just double-hand it, and then I just like fucking throw it over my head, and it lodges right in the dude's chest.
Yeah, it just kind of flies by this one here, but then the one behind it, he just catches it. Oh! It's this big axe sticking out of his shoulder. KRUGER again. You should have gone for the...
Alright, KRUGER is gonna scamper down from the tree ever so carefully.
Oh man.
Athletics.
I mean,
If you fucking fall out this goddamn tree.
Athletics plus 20 is if you're taking it careful and climbing your way down. Fair
I
enough.
forgot to add the 20 to mine.
I mean, I could burn a turn to get down, right?
You could, yeah. If you take a full turn to get down, I won't make you roll anything.
Oh man.
On repel.
Oh.
Oh jeez.
We're both sitting here doing this. Fucking
Let's see this fate and
fortune.
fortune. Which one's
Both
the
of
reroll?
us fucking failed the first roll.
Fortune is the reroll.
All
Fate,
right.
fortune, whatever. The one that, yeah.
I put
We
all
shall-
of my points in fortune, so that I have just a massive pool of fuck-up fixers.
we roll that nonsense there.
Yeah, go for it.
Just don't roll
Seems like a good
worse.
idea. Oh,
Oh,
I mean, it's not
another
a
fumbling failure.
it's not a fumble, yeah.
I'll take it.
So you are going to take your full turn to get down here, basically, and you do lose advantage, just because you have to expose yourself a bit to carefully make it down. But you are able to make it down safe, but it takes you a bit longer than you might have liked.
Oh my god. At least it wasn't a fumble anymore.
Yeah, fumble, I would have fucked you with it. Ryan Vold, go ahead.
Alrighty, yeah, well I'm gonna follow up on the backswing with this little fucker. And that's
Alright, go ahead.
10 from the damage, right?
10 from advantage, yes.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and use another fortune. Oh, shit. Oh, I just had to say that I had a whole bunch of fortune. Now I'm gonna have to fucking use it all. Christ.
This is how this game's gonna go.
Oh no!
Okay.
Oh no! Oh. I lost the second one. I have to fucking keep it.
So all your
Oh my god.
advantage is gone.
Really?
Yeah, and I need you to roll me a D100.
Alright. Here we go. 67.
Is this just a play for me to use my magic? Because I will refuse.
Hey, if you're... That's up to you.
100. Look at that. Just because I said I had a whole bunch of fortune to use.
I mean, if you look on the flip side-
You stumble badly, finding it hard to right yourself, so you won't be able to move next turn.
Alright.
It's not the worst thing that could happen, but you
Could've
do
been much
miss. He
worse.
does get advantage because he failed less worse than you did.
Yeah, Reinvold comes in for that second swing, but the first time he was coming straight down at him, but this time he's not really used to that height difference, and it completely throws him off. The goblin's easily able to dip out of the way, sending him kind of sprawling from an overswing.
And now it's the goblins, and we'll pick up with that goblin who you stabbed in the shoulder, and just as you're kind of stumbling around losing your balance. Oh, you might have been the sneakiest this day, but I'm gonna show you I'm the stabbiest. He goes to shank you with his knife that he has. He's got a little chopper. And he's gonna
Chopper.
try to get you with the chopper. Oh my.
No! This. Oh! Oh, well.
It's critical success
Yeah.
though. And he, it's gonna be a critical wound.
Oh man, yeah, this might be the place
So-
to use magic.
So it's 9 damage minus soak. So that's your toughness and your armor. It's your right arm. This could be really bad. Crit table
very
for
good.
arm.
Oh no, that sounds very.
Let's see about critical wounds.
Oh, I have one body armor. Oh,
So it'd be
so
immediate critical wound is 172. So you take from 9 and subtract. I think you have 3 soak with
Oh,
your
do I have
toughness
3?
and your armor. You should have 2 toughness.
Oh yeah. Okay, so 6.
So it should be 6 damage. And then whatever this is. Critical wounds, so... Yeah, let's see, critical tables to that's head, where's arm?
Where'd I put
So,
damage again?
do you want to roll it, or do you want me to
I
roll
have to roll it at this rate.
it? With D100.
Here comes that
I mean-
100.
This rate, you're gonna get like
Not too bad.
37. Bleeding hand. Your hand is cut badly, making your grip slippery. You take 1 bleeding condition. While suffering from that bleeding condition, make an average plus 20 dex test before taking any action that requires something being held in that hand. So it's your right hand. I'm presuming you are right-handed.
Yes.
So yeah, any action you take with that is going to be plus 20 dex test. If you fail, the item slips from your grip. So he brings his chopper, this really ugly-looking cross from like an axe and a sword, and just catches you across the arm and hand and opens you up. Something terrible. I'm going to mark you for bleeding.
And where do I put the damage?
You would put it in your red bubble, put a 6 there, because
Oh, okay.
wounds count up to your maximum.
I have a 10 max. That's good to... That's concerning.
This is... They don't have a blood symbol? Really? This is the closest I can get to blood then.
Yeah, it's weird, some of the ones they don't have.
And he's gonna get 2 advantage now. Because he passed the previous and he's passed this hit. And then you're bleeding, so I'll let you know what that does as well. You lose 1 wound at the end of every round, ignoring all modifiers. And you'll also suffer a negative 10 to any test to resist festering wounds, minor infection, etc. Which may come into play,
You want to throw that in
actually.
chat and we'll copy paste.
Sure.
Rough shit.
It's a
Oh,
long
man.
one. A long one.
Very long.
But yeah, let's remember that minus that test every time. And then the other goblin, so he's entangled. Now, the way entangled works is he has to try to break out with a against the strength characteristic of the one who netted him. So yeah, it's gonna be against KRUGER's strength. So what's your strength, KRUGER?
oh, it is gonna be it's a 38.
Okay.
Oh, that was never mind. I lied.
What is it?
38. Just like the fuck.
Fortune is good shit, man. Unless you roll higher.
38, eh?
Oh, man.
Lost my one.
Yeah, no, he gets out. Just barely kind of cuts his way through the nest. That is his whole turn to do that, though. No longer entangled. And then it would be the big one's turn. Seeing that negotiations have failed, naturally goes for the biggest boy because he's the biggest orc. Oh, this was a dirty trick! I'm gonna bash your skull in! And he runs to MORGUTT and comes in swinging his big chopper. And go ahead and roll dodge or parry, whatever you're gonna do with them hands. Alright.
Failed once,
Yeah, no, it's you technically succeed that check because he failed worse. So
Welcome to two big things fighting in Warhammer.
so he swings and describe how you dodge out of the way of this massive. He's got a massive two-handed, just it's like bludgeoning, but it has a bit of an edge to it. Just dull.
MORGUTT sees the charge, and not his first rodeo. He knows what's coming, so he just takes a slight step to the side at the last moment and watches the chopper go by.
Kind of sticks
no,
in
I
the
just
ground.
saw
a
that all
moment.
their weapons have infected. Oh no.
No spoiler. This last orc. going to run towards the apparent man who hit him in the shoulder with an axe, thinking it's a man folk. Runs at him with the axe still in his shoulder, mind you, and starts swinging away his own chopper at you, Dorothy. Ooh. You do get your +10 from the advantage as well for your dodge or parry. I think you're weaponless right now. I don't think you've pulled out your weapon though.
Yeah, I haven't.
Ooh, I forgot the +10.
For him being smaller than you, or?
Yeah.
Oh no, he's the same size as you.
Is he? Okay.
Yeah, he is. He is large.
Very good.
All right. Yeah, I will dodge.
+10 for the advantage. Oh, another advantage.
Nice.
Again,
Nice.
swings. Oh, good.
There.
Oh, very good. Yeah, you can move away. You can move, basically take an action to step back, if you would like, or step to the side.
That should be enough charge, right?
I believe you have to move half your movement for it. At least you up to no, yeah. I think that's fine.
Okay.
I'll look at charge again, but I think that's fine. All right. Morgan.
Okay. Morgutt is just going to try and pummel the big orc.
Go for the pummel.
Dusters. And +10 for the advantage, correct?
Yes.
Oh. Yeah, which one is it that's the renewable?
I believe it's fortune. I think fate's the permanent one.
Alright, well we will fortune that.
Better.
Yeah, not great, but better.
And he will try to parry. No. So another point of advantage for Morgutt. I think you can only get one, maybe. Let's
Right, I
see,
think
the
I'm
initiative.
determined that it can only
Yeah. Alright, so you do hit him. 2 levels of success. 8. And then damaging as well. So oh god, I think damaging is... That could be really big, actually, depending. Qualities.
Oh yeah, that's the reverse.
You can use a higher score from either the unit's die or the success levels to determine the damage caused from successful hit. You could use the 9, so you could do 15. So,
okay,
Oh shit!
so yeah, describe how you smash this orc. Like you hear something crack basically in his leg when you punch him in it.
Morgutt sidestepped the big chopper as the orc is trying to wrestle his blade back from the ground. Morgutt just drives his knuckle dusters into the kneecap. You hear something make an unnatural sound.
Yeah, it's just this loud, ah! And you just hear it screaming the whole time. He's kind of leaning back on his leg. Dorothy.
Okay, so if I'm back enough, I will pull out my rapier, get a charge at the dude here.
do it. So it'd be plus 20 for advantage, plus 10 for the charge, I believe? Yes.
Poking. Rape.
Very good. Try to parry this one.
Getting that. Push that button.
That's right. He does fail. So it's 2 success levels. Let's roll your weapon so I can see the damage for it. I need to remember that he's, because your weapon is fast, he suffers a minus 10 to defend. Yep. He would have failed regardless. He would have failed even worse, but let's see. So that's 2 success levels.
Oh, and actually that's a critical, isn't it?
Let me see.
Is it Impale?
Let me check Impale. Impale. Oh yeah, any number divisible by 10, so that is a critical wound to him as well. So damage, first damage is going to be strength bonus plus 4 plus 2. So it's 6 plus... You have a strength bonus of 3 or 4. Yep. Okay, so 9. 9 damage to the body. And then a critical. Let me see if this kills him first. It might. Oh no, he's a tough boy. And then critical to the body. Roll a D100. That's pretty high. 79 for the body is a fractured hip. Gain a stunned condition. He has to make an endurance test or he's going to be knocked to the ground here. He's stunned automatically, but he might also become prone if he fails this. So describe... Okay, so he's not prone. Describe how you shatter this orc's hip with a well-placed stab from your rapier.
So as I charge forward with my rapier out, I dig it right into his hip. The orc, forgetting that his shield's attached to his arm, just brings his shield down and shatters his own hip.
Another orc scream cries out. This is a good hip broken thing. Not prone. No, he's too prone for that. Where is it? Yeah, that's probably how that would feel. Alright. So he's got a shattered hip and he is stunned. Stunned condition means he is incapable of taking an action but may make moves. Minus 10 penalty to all tests. At the end of each round he can attempt an endurance test to get out of it. KRUGER.
Alright, KRUGER, seeing that an orc is getting beat up pretty much in front of him, he's going to take full advantage of that and go in and sneak in a stab with his dagger.
So you are surrounding, so I believe that's plus... surrounding, there was a plus 10, at least might be plus 20, let me double check that for being surrounded. Outnumbering. You outnumbered 2 to 1, plus 20, so it's plus 20 to hit right now. And then I think it is more from being stunned. Any opponent trying to strike you in melee combat gains plus 1 advantage before rolling the attack. So you get an advantage already just for hitting a stunned opponent. And so you'll be rolling with plus 30 to hit this orc because he's outnumbered and you are hitting him when he's stunned.
Perfect.
Pretty good. I believe he can still defend himself.
Just trying to refrain from using the magic.
Yeah, it doesn't say he can't defend himself, so he'd try to kind of clumsily bring up everything to protect himself. There's a minus 10 to his test because he's stunned. Ooh. So another advantage to you for a successful attack. And that's going to be 3 plus 2, 5, 8 damage. to the body. He is rather tough, though. You do get blood, but it's... You can tell it's not a deep wound. You can describe it as stab looks.
So as KRUGER gets down from the tree, dusting himself off, and looks ahead, and he sees Dorothy fighting this orc, and he sees the orc wailing in pain, so he takes full advantage and quickly moves up to the orc and gives him a stick right in the side flank, and backs up just as fast.
Alright. Reinvold.
Alright, well, I'm going
You are
to...
bleeding.
Yeah,
I think I should have had you make a roll for that.
I believe I just take a lose one, don't I?
You should have lost one at the end of the last round.
Oh, it's at the end of the round. Okay. So I
yeah.
7.
Oh. So you actually have to. At the end of round. Oh, and gets unconscious. Okay, you're not unconscious yet, but yes, you.
I've got
have
3
one
more,
bleeding.
I guess. I think my max is 10. That's what my red bubble is.
Yes, your red bubble is max of 10. So yeah, you lose a wound, and then you may go ahead and act.
Right. Oh, and then the slippy hand or whatever, right? So it's.
So you had to, if you're gonna make an attack, you got to roll me a plus 20 dex check first, or else you drop your sword.
Do that real quick. Dex. Oh, yeah. Plus 20, right?
Yes.
Hey!
Okay, so you can successfully act. You're able to keep your grip on your sword.
Alright, let's try this. Son of a bitch. Ooh, okay, well, another fortune. I can't afford to not kill this thing before it hits me again, so... that's my 3rd reroll already. Oh man, let's hope this one's a bit better.
The worst part is...
Let's hope he fucks up.
Ooh.
The worst part is we're all kind of pinned on the far side.
Yeah, I realized the moment I went in, I was like, man, this is gonna be a rough fight.
So he's gonna try to dodge.
Sneaky little shit.
Does succeed. That he. Let me check his. He might get another advantage. No, he's capped. So he is capped at 2, but he does successfully avoid your sword swing. He sidesteps you. We'll pick right back up with him.
Come on, you little fucker. At least
What's the matter? You're bleeding like a stuck pig. And he's gonna go for the stick again. And plus 20 for him. Advantage. Ooh, he failed. Roll your defense. Parry or dodge. Very nice. So he loses all advantage. He loses his all advantage on a failed test.
Now I just need to get some myself. Oh, do I get an advantage first?
You do. You succeeded a combat test.
Oh, cool.
Let me just make sure on that advantage part.
And it's limited by your initiative, right?
Right, yeah. So you can go up to your 10s digit in your initiative stat of advantage. So gaining advantage, losing advantage. If you lose an opposed test, yes, you automatically lose all. So his advantage is all gone. You have 1. The other goblin did not like being put in the net. So he's going to rush at KRUGER, seeing him clamber down a tree from where the net came from. He's going to run in and charge at you. It's 1 advantage for him. And here he goes. Oh man. You roll your defense, parry or dodge.
Just don't let crit. Oh no!
Jeez.
This is a rough fight.
Another,
Fortune.
yeah, because, yeah, this could be bad.
Yeah, you saw how it's going for me. Oh man.
I am totally out of
Goblins have
fortune.
been the most. Ooh.
Yeah, because a fumbling failure ignores the actual success level, right? You just fail, don't you?
So
Or
he
is that
would
still
he would
enough to-
technically.
Oh, wait a minute, hang on.
Because you failed less bad than him, but you fumbled. So that's what I'm
I
wondering.
could do a fate, right? Because fate's the one that makes the miss, not fortune.
Oh well, but that's permanent. That'd be gone forever.
Yeah,
Oh,
you could lose that. I think you could do that permanently. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just go ahead and do the
But-
fortune then.
Because as is, it's
Okay.
baseline. It's a success, right? But it's fumbling. Does that like bypass that?
It's. I don't think it's clear on that, but I think it is technically the worst of the two. Okay, so you both
Well,
failed.
we sure might have way worse.
It's not a fumble at least. So
My guy's just dancing around looking like an anaconda out of the water up there.
Yeah, because it goes even with failures. It goes because he still does hit you because the success levels are different. I mean, remember to do that. I think missed a couple, but yeah. So worst failures are you technically. So here's what I'll do because how this is reading, it's a bit weird. You would have technically succeeded in defending even though you fumble failed because you had less of a success level failure, but something bad would have happened to you. As weird as that is, there's a section on
That
here that
makes sense.
says, yeah, because you can succeed in hitting someone but still fumble.
it's like a partial success, basically.
Right. So I can give you that fortune back because we know about it. You can take the fumbling failure if you want to. You will roll the fumble. Okay. So
Yeah, we could do that.
he loses his advantage.
Watch you fucking stab yourself.
You would actually gain an advantage because you technically succeeded at the test.
There you go.
And then roll a D100. Yeah, it's weird, but it goes solely off
That makes
success
sense.
level.
Yeah, I
That's
get
what I'm
it.
saying.
That's about what I expect.
30 for a fumble means... something bad? Where's the fumble? There it is.
Blade falls into the enemy.
Your weapon jars badly or malfunctions or slightly breaks. Your weapon suffers 1 damage. Next round, you will act last regardless of initiative order, talents, or special rules as you recover. So you don't lose any advantage at this time, but I'll have to look and see if there's anything for not acting. But describe how that works with this fumble, how you stumble so badly had to go last in the order next.
Since my weapon got broke, hurt, right? So I guess like as he goes to dodge, he's holding his dagger in his hand, and he almost falls, and he starts falling towards the tree, and he sticks his hand out to stop himself, and it happens to be the dagger, and it kind of chips as it goes into the tree.
Rough. Big Orc. He's gonna keep going at Morgutt. Oof.
You got this. Just dip right out of the way. Yeah! Fucking dip and dodge.
So you definitely succeed. I'll let you go ahead and get a free punch in because he really misplayed here. He's left himself really open, so you can take a free attack against him if you'd like.
Oh, I like.
Go for it.
Ah.
Alright, let's see.
But
He's
if
gonna...
he fucks up worse.
No, no.
Still, you didn't get it.
Yep. So, I won't give him advantage for that, just because it was a free attack. You will have to lose advantage, unfortunately, just because it was a failed strike. But no on the file there. It is the orc now. Again, he gets his big chopper stuck in the dirt near you as you guys are going back and forth in that battle of the big boys. The orc is stunned. He can't take an action. Moving isn't going to do him any favors, so he's just stumbling a bit here around, trying to guard against attacks that aren't coming, and in general there's a feral kind of fear in his eyes as he's swinging around wildly. I believe he can try to test out at the end of the round, but he's basically just not going to do anything right now. There's nothing he can do. Morgutt.
Okay, so Morgutt is going to take another swing at Big Boy. And misses.
Maybe. We'll see. Still hit him if he fails worse. Which he did. So it does hit. Let's see. Damaging. I think damaging still applies because it is a successful weapon hit. So.
Well, then we take the 3.
Alright, so 9.
Yep.
9 minus all his soak. Everything. So you're beating on him, but you do get 1 advantage for a successful attack. How does it look as you're kind of beating on his arms?
Well, sort of in similar mean to the last time. The orc misses, is wrestling with his big blade, and this time Morgutt just kind of punches him in the elbow.
Oh, Solget! And he's kind of just swinging his axe around, hitting into trees and branches. This orc is going to try to not be stunned, and that requires an endurance test. No, he's very stunned.
It looks so much better when it's them.
It does. Reinvold, you're going to take another bleeding wound and a round. I think that's upkeep for everything. We're back to Dorothy.
Alright, so as stumbled around, I'm going to try to poke him and finish the job.
Do it. Plus 20.
Oh, I just noticed that I have to roll at the end of the round too to see if I die from bleeding.
No, it's only when you're unconscious, I think.
Oh, that's when you're unconscious. Okay.
Yeah, the way that reads to me anyway, I think you have to be unconscious.
Yeah.
So, okay. He's gonna attempt to defend with a minus 10. Ooh. He does succeed, so stumbling around, he will lose all advantage, unfortunately. He gains 1. Stumbling around, he just manages to get up his shield. It didn't even look planned. It's more just puts his arm up, flailing around, and catches the edge of the tip of your rapier as he pushes it away in his stupor. KRUGER is going end of turn because of his fumble. Reinvold.
Let me do that dexterity as I try and get this little faster.
Alright.
This goes well. Oh wait, it's plus 20, isn't it?
Yes, so you've passed.
Oh yeah, so I'm good. Okay. So I managed to keep my grip on my sword as he's beginning to wobble a bit. The loss of blood is really tucks in with the blade and kind of brings it up at the thing's gut.
Ooh, that's what you needed.
Go.
Nice.
Alright, he'll try to defend, but he's going to do pretty well. Dodge. Oh! Okay, so he's gonna fumble, you're gonna succeed critically, so you roll your... So let's do the damage first, because he might just die. So 7 plus 3, 10 versus his soak. Let's see. 3, does he have any armor? He is dead. So you can describe how, if you want to see what the critical was, you can work that into your RP.
Nah, I'm not too worried.
Alright, so you can describe it then.
Yeah, Reinvold kind of really tucks in, kind of centers himself, holds back a bit for a moment to wait for the little fucker to kind of stay still, and he kind of shouts out, "Stay still, you little bastard!" And he brings the blade up low, as if he's about to fall over, almost kind of leaning forward, but then brings it up right into his gut, and kind of spires it up and yanks up a couple of times. The thing squirms and shouts out, finally yanking the blade free and leaving him down on the ground, oozing blood and guts.
Yeah, it's here. Ah! And he's just lifted, just falls on the ground in a green heap. Alright, one goblin dead, the other one here. This goblin will try to go at KRUGER again with his little chopper.
Oh man, get your little chopper away from me.
You can roll to defend, make sure you include your 3 advantage.
What would that be? 30,
Plus
right?
30, yep. You failed less bad than he did, so you are not hit. And I don't think you can get any higher advantage because of the initiative. So he's just kind of swinging around at you, and it's like fighting a child, basically. KRUGER. He's quick, but he's not very strong enough. Not as long a reach to be able to keep him at bay. The big one, on the other hand, is not like fighting a child. He's gonna again swing his chopper, trying to connect with.
It's like fighting
MORGUTT.
a large angry child.
Yeah, a big raging child who also misses.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, you
The
get
perfect analogy. So go ahead and
so
roll your
fucked.
defense with plus 10 because of the advantage.
God, that's so accurate. It hurts. It hurts inside. How accurate that is. Ooh, shit.
This time you
I
don't.
think he failed worse. Let's see. He almost failed at 5 levels of.
Oh yeah.
No, wait.
No. I think it might be like.
4.
Well, one's I think's like.
Let's see. Let's do some quick maths. Who was closer to the target number? 36 away versus 38. Yeah, you just barely did less worse than he did. So you maintain advantage. He doesn't hit you. But it maybe if Dorathil's catching this in eyesight, it's not the prettiest of fights on your side here. It's very much a dog fight. As again, just the axe comes in, hits the tree again. This tree next to you is massacred. There's branches everywhere. But no blood. The orc is stunned. He cannot move. If he moves, he will die. So he's just kind of, again, idling around. Took this massive hit to the head, or to the body. It shattered his hip. He's all kinds of fucked up, so nothing from him again. MORGUTT.
Alright. We will punch.
Do the punch. Plus 10.
Got this.
Jesus.
This fucking fight. It's
This
so
is everything I
Warhammer.
anticipated.
This is everything I imagined. Oh my god. Oh my god.
You keep the plus 10 advantage, damaging, so I assume you want to use the plus 2 instead of the minus 2.
Yep.
Alright, so 8. Again, not the cleanest of strikes. It does a little bit of damage. It's to his arm again. Maybe the same elbow.
I gotta say, this is turning into my favorite D100 system.
I know, right? It's so good.
You fail, you win.
This is
Really
amazing.
feels like Warhammer. Everything I've ever heard about Warhammer, this is it.
Ah, he's getting upset, swinging his axe around. He's getting punched. And then KRUGER now.
Oh boy, I'm gonna go after this short little kid goblin thing shaping around a big sword at me.
All right. Do a attack plus 30 for advantage.
When this fight started, we thought we would capture one of them.
Well, when this fight started, we thought it would end.
Yeah, exactly. Oh!
Okay.
Man.
All right, KRUGER.
Yeah.
He literally can't beat it, but I guess we'll see how, like,
I mean,
bad
if he rolls
this
a
could be.
fucking 1, could you imagine?
I mean, he could fumble, so I have to roll it. Okay, so critical. Let's do the damage first. 11.
Fucking huge. 12, isn't it?
Jesus. No, you're right. I'm dumb. 12 minus. Ooh, that's a lot of damage. It's gonna mess him up real bad. Stabbing the left arm. Let's do roll a D100, KRUGER.
Poke his fucking eye out. Well, arm.
Oh, that's an arm. Yeah, I mean he's. It could still be outrageous. So.
It'd be a buffalo wing for MORGUTT.
47 arm critical wounds. Gaping arm wound. Gain 2 bleeding conditions.
Nice. Now you know how it feels, you little fuckers.
Any associated arm damage received will inflict an additional bleeding condition. So let's mark that. Describe how that looks as you open up a massive gaping wound in this goblin's arm.
Goblin being a little too brave for his size and handling of the sword. KRUGER instantly sees an opening as the goblin moves this way, one way or the other, and sticks his dagger in and gets it to the bone, and you can feel the bone dragging across the blade, and it hits the chip that's in his dagger from the tree. And he'll pull it back out and give it a little twist as he's going, just to mangle it a little more.
And this massive wound opens up. Ah! Meow! And he's swinging his chopper around. It's just evolving into chaos right now. Back to the top. Bleeding wounds. This little bastard's almost dead. One more for you, Aki.
Oh, yep.
You're on the on the pain train.
Oh my god, yes.
And then the orc trying to break out. I believe if you don't act during a turn, you don't get to keep your advantage, so he loses that, but he does try to break out of being stunned, and he succeeds.
Ooh.
No longer stunned. DORATHI.
All right. Well, let's see if I can for the side. I am going to poke.
Do the poke.
We are. Oh man.
Alright.
This is when he rolls a 99.
I'll spend a fortune on. Don't.
All right.
Don't. Shut up! I can't. Jesus.
Go on. Let's see it.
Look at it. Let's see it.
They go home.
Nope.
Hey!
Good stuff. He will attempt to parry. I don't know, basically the same thing. Okay, so you failed. So let's see.
Oh, it's 9.
9 damage? Okay.
Yep.
So 9 to the body. He would have failed worse even. So you definitely get +1 advantage for success. 9 minus armor and toughness, again very tanky, but he's looking worse as it goes on. He does have a lot more holes in him. You're carving him up. So you can describe that attack.
Yeah, as I bring my rapier back, coming out of stun at the, you're not getting away from this. Just drive it right into his chest, through his leathers.
Stabs through him, all sorts of holes in this orc now. KRUGER, you are up.
Okay, well now this goblin's a little screwed up, realizing that we need one for... I guess KRUGER would start going fisticuffs to not inflict deadly damage to this guy.
You're gonna punch the goblin?
Punch the
Punch
goblin.
the goblin!
Alright. I don't know if I
goblins.
have your punch damage put in
You know
there.
what? You should punt him. Really, that's the just way to end it.
Because I wasn't. I expected one person to definitely use their hands the whole time, but let me see what unarmed is base.
Yeah, I mean it could be a kick. I could kick at him. It don't matter either way.
Watch you fucking knock him out and then he bleeds out.
That's a potential thing that can happen.
I mean, I
unarmed.
could try to throw him. I don't know. My guy's kind of weak though. But with 3 advantage, it'd probably be a success.
So it's basically just so roll. I don't think I have brawling for you, so you can roll brawling from your sheet, and it'd just be an unarmed strike with your free hand, I guess. So. Are you shitting me?
Oh
Alright.
my gosh.
Fair enough.
Advantage.
All right, you. Wow. What's your strength bonus?
My bone.
Oh, it is just your strength. Your 10 digit in strength. Is it a 3, 2? Is it? You had 38 strength. We already figured that out. So it's
Yes, yes,
3
38.
plus 6. So 9.
Jeez, you're almost as strong as the ogre.
Yeah.
It's
God fucking
advantage.
damn, KRUGER.
Let me see what undamaging
I thought
does.
you were supposed to be a fucking spellcaster. What is
Oh,
this
AP
bullshit?
double. Yeah, so you're gonna knock him out regardless. So describe as you knock this goblin out.
So seeing the goblin Winston Payne dance around with a hint of pain in his eyes, KRUGER realizing that we need to take one prisoner, he does a feint with his dagger that catches the goblin's eyes as he brings his hand around for a haymaker.
Yeah, you see a couple of yellow teeth go flying out of his mouth as you maybe punch him harder than you expect, and he just kind of spins around, pivots, and falls on his face. Spasming on the ground, appears alive for now, but that bleeding wound is looking very rough in his arm. I'm going to mark him with an X. He is still alive for now, but very, very done with this fight.
Should I be at 2 because I dodged and then killed him? I just realized I don't.
Yes, I will get you. Okay. 2.
So yeah, Reinvold is pale. He's kind of wobbling again still. His vision is starting to go a bit blurry. He's really having a hard time, but he sees this big fucking orc. And he, in his daze, kind of wanders over behind the thing and brings the blade back and moves to fucking stab it right up into his spine. I'll do my
Alright.
dex.
That's for the big one, right?
Yeah, is there any way for me to try and, like, sneak up so he doesn't spot me while he's busy with MORGUTT?
You're gonna get the. I mean, he's aware you're there. He's seen you fighting. So I would say you're gonna get the outnumbering plus your advantage. It's plus 40. Okay, so you passed your dex to handle your weapon. Now it's a plus 40 for the attack for the.
So, fuck this one up. There we go.
Pretty good. And you will try to parry. No. So 13. Minus toughness.
Why do I always end up a kill stealer? I doubt he's gonna die from this,
Oh,
but still.
he's got some life in him.
Yeah.
This guy's tough.
It's the first thing I thought of. It's like every character I ever play.
So yeah, you can describe how it looks as you dig this blade deep into his back. It's tough. You feel sinews and muscle, and it may be a bit insane to you how strong this orc is.
Yeah, Reinfold wobbles over. He sees this fucking thing just railing against Morgan, and he brings the blade up into the guy's back as best he can, driving it through, and like visibly, KRUGER Price sees the way that Reinvold is struggling pushing the blade in as he drives it up in there more and more. You know, getting in pretty good, but just facing too much resistance, and you see his hands start to slack a bit on the blade as he pulls it out. And he looks like he's about to fall over.
There are no goblins to go. I'll roll for that goblin's bleeding death at the end of this round, if it happens. The big one, you just stabbed him in the back. He does not like that. So he feels the blade go up. Morgan, you actually see some of the steel come out the other side of him. Maybe you see Reinvold standing behind the big one. You trying to tickle me? And he tries to catch you with a backswing of his axe.
Shit. Ah, fuck this. Oh, that's right. I'm at 3 now too. I got.
Yes, you have 3 advantage.
Awesome. Oh, no. Well, here comes the fucking fortune reroll.
So
I still got 2
technically
left.
you would succeed.
Oh, I would.
Yeah, 4 versus 5 because he
Just
failed.
something bad.
Right.
But still, you will suffer some kind of fumbling failure.
Which you may or may not survive.
Yeah,
He's
I'm
unconscious
not
at the end of this
gonna
round.
I'm using the other fortune.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think
he's not gonna risk it.
I think if the wind hits you just right, you might die.
Alright.
Yeah, I mean he's one away. He's unconscious at the end of the round, so he goes for the fucking backswing against Reinvold, but Reinvold is so fucking wobbly, right? He goes for a downward swing, and Reinvold ends up kind of dipping one way as he's just about to fall over.
Yes, again, there's so many pockmarks in the ground from this chopper hitting it because he's just swinging downward. Other orc that's fighting these two, he kind of brings up his shield and he looks very nervous again. There's just been this feral fear in his eyes the whole time. It's fighting less like to kill and more to survive. And he looks at the big one for a moment. Boss, we should get back to the cave. And he looks back and forth, and he's outnumbered. He's two goblins. They're runts, but they're still at his side and they're dead. He's gonna see if he stays in here. No.
Oh shit!
And
Oh,
he,
don't let him
without even waiting to hear anything, it's time to leg it! And he turns and just tries to sprint off, drops his shield to slow him down. So you guys can both take a free attack against him with advantage. Whoever wants to go first.
Oh man!
Go ahead. Get the first one.
I can't parry because he's running, so we'll do a dodge.
Actually, he has to go past
Nope.
Reinvold as well, doesn't he?
Yeah, he would get you. All 3 of you would, because his route would be through here, but
Well, let me
he might not
see if I-
even need it here. There's worth 7. Wow, that's interesting. You stab at him, Dorthil, but it catches a part of his body armor. It's very crude armor that they're wearing. So it doesn't quite bring him down. It does do a little bit to him, a little bit of a nick, but doesn't quite kill him. I would say KRUGER can take the next stab at it.
Yeah, I got 6 there. It's there.
Oh, okay. Again, he's going to try to get away.
Oh my!
Fails again. Dorothy, you can add +1 advantage as well, because you succeeded. 3, 2, 5, 6. Again, doesn't quite do it. Does do
See,
1
Reinvold
damage.
doesn't-
Oh, you
All
dropped
right.
your weapon? Oh.
Here's that last fucking fortune. Last fortune.
5 spins.
Nope.
So,
Ah,
you go to swing at him, Reinvold, but you drop your weapon as the blood just courses down your veins, and he covered him in cuts and stabs and bruises and all manner. With his broken hip, is limping away into the trees, and you're starting to lose vision already. He moves surprisingly fast for an orc that size.
So I rolled a couple.
Yep. That's a bummer. 47. Oh no, that was just for your dex. It's not going to be a fumble.
Oh, okay,
thing.
cool.
Yeah, you're about,
Yeah,
you're about
think-
to pass out anyway.
I mean, if
man.
it's fine with you narratively, I think that's pretty much the point, because he's going to drop at the end of the round.
Yeah.
So yeah, the fucking orc goes to move past him, and he tries to bring the sword up, and the fucking blade just falls in the orc's feet. And Reinvold looks down at his hand and goes to like move the other hand over to staunch the blood coming from his wrist, and he just collapses alongside his blade there. Blood
So-
flowing around him.
question there.
Yes.
Where that orc started from, would he have been engaged with Morgutt?
Yeah. It's a bit of a difficult thing because this orc is kind of fighting you, but he did have his back turned for a moment, so you can try to punch him. I guess. I would say that's fair because yeah, you were within 1 square of him. Well, we can rework that scene if it.
I think Reinvold just
Oh,
definitely still
shit.
tries to go for it.
This would be pretty funny. He'll try to dodge.
I can just imagine Morgutt reaching past as Reinvold is falling. Oh shit!
Yeah, he's just this.
Fate
That
is in his
punch
favor.
just looked like it was gonna connect, but just doesn't quite get there. It's barely happens to get out of the way of it on a
Oh
critical
my god!
success.
Wait! I didn't miss. The first one I did. I forgot to add the 20 and then the fucking 30. Oh well, yeah. Oh no, I would have failed by 1. Oh man, that's brutal.
So yeah, he just barely manages to get out of the way of all of you.
Very good.
Since it was a free attack, I won't take the advantage away on that one. I think that'd be dumb. But you can go ahead and take the attack on the big one. I will give you the outnumbering because the end of round hasn't happened yet, so he technically is being outnumbered right
Okay.
now. Reinhold hasn't fallen over, so it's plus 30 with your advantage total. So plus 20 for the outnumber, plus 10 for the advantage. That's pretty good. That's also a very good units number for damaging.
Yes, it is. To the right leg again.
You're just beating this dude's limbs up, man.
Right leg and arm, yeah.
Hits. That will be 15. Again. Leg. Oh my goodness.
God damn.
9. Jesus. Smashing him up. Another. As you're punching him in the leg again, smashing that bone even worse. Alright. Time for people to roll to see if they die. Goblin first. Not dead. Reinvold, roll your D100.
Let's see.
Oh.
All right. Well, I guess this is a fate thing, isn't it?
Yeah,
Or is it
that would
resilience to
be...
not die?
Let me see what the rules are for those. Resilience and resolve.
I think die another day. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is. I think you could burn a point of fate permanently to be knocked out instead, to have that bleeding wound not kill you.
Yeah. Yeah. I imagine that all this fucking muck, right, that the orc's been kind of churning up as he's been swinging the axe down, right? Reinvold gets uncannily lucky as he collapses, his body pressing down against the hand. And that, combined with the mud and dirt pressing into it underneath him, is enough to put the pressure on the wound while he's unconscious to staunch the bleeding.
So you do not die as fate intended. And it was not your dooming, so that is fitting, but you do lose one permanent point of fate, and that will decrease your fortune pool as well going forward because they are tied. But you do not die. Dorothy.
Okay, this big fucker. Yes, and one got away, so Dorothy's not happy. Try.
All right. Let's see. Let's see if he... So it's the pose, so go ahead and roll your fencing. Okay, and then he has basic, so he fails. So you will add 3 to the SO of your next attack roll.
So yeah, he draws his axe out and just making little sparks across the metallic part of it and getting its eyes.
Yeah, swinging around, he's trying to hit you with it, but it's all a play for the next setup. KRUGER.
Well, is there like a heal skill, or is it something?
That might be advanced. Let me see. I know Dorothy has it. I think it is an advanced skill.
Gotcha.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
It's all good. Reinvold lives through this no matter what.
All right. Well, in that case, what KRUGER is gonna do is give chase to the orc that tries to run away.
Yeah, you can still try to catch him. He's gotten a fair distance away. You could. I think he's within your run range, so you could try to run and charge at him.
I mean, mostly what he would do is try to get within range to use his dart.
Oh, you're gonna magic man him. Okay.
Yeah, he figures everybody else is busy now.
Yeah, you could walk up and I mean you dart. What's dart? I don't know. I don't know the range on it, but you could. I believe you could get in range.
It's my will, I think, right?
It should say in there, I believe, for the ability.
Let me pull it up. Willpower in yards.
Is your willpower is 4?
My willpower is...
Is it willpower bonus?
I didn't say. Is this a willpower yards? Yeah, I can roll it. See what it said.
Yeah, let me see. Because if it's willpower in yards, you can hit this guy from the lumberjack camp. That's probably 30 yards.
Oh, that might. I'll just do this action, the actual wall. Well, I slept. I would have to do a channel test, so.
Yes.
35 yards.
Oh yeah, no, it's your willpower, not willpower bonus. Yes, you can easily just point a finger out of your jacket and try to hit him from here if you want.
Yeah, he would try to move away for a bit, try to get a clear shot, you know. So his channeling would be language of magic. I got to roll out the sheet.
Okay. I think it should be blocked for you.
Yeah.
I'll set it up if it's not.
Yeah, no. And would this be where the advantage kicks in for me? Or would that be...
Yeah, but it's a combat roll. You'd still use advantage. Okay, so that succeeds. And then that counts as a magic missile spell. So that is...
And then if that succeeds, then I would roll the dart. What, you want to use my first roll for the dart? It would be plus 30.
Can,
right?
if you... Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
So let me see, because it's a magic missile. Because magic missiles have things they do specifically.
Yeah, determined by reversing the dice rolled on the language magic test, referring to the hit location table. The SL, the language magic test, is added to the spell's listed damage, and your roll power bonus to determine the total inflicted damage.
So, okay, so it's 4 from the success levels. So he's not really, you didn't see this coming, he's not attempting to dodge it. So it's 4 from success levels of the channel, and then your willpower, what is that? Your willpower bonus is the 10 stage, so is it 30? Do you have 30 something willpower? I think you'd have 35 if that's what your range is.
With the bonus, yeah, I don't know my willpower bonus.
So it's 7. This would be just enough to kill him, basically. So you can describe how that looks as you give him the dart.
So seeing Dorth will engage with the big guy, and Morguttt engage with the big guy, and I'm near, fall prone, unconscious. KRUGER wanting a little taste of blood, not wanting this guy to get away and warn others and bring them to us before we're prepared again. We'll walk forward into the bushes, like into the woods there, chasing them. And as soon as he sees them pop up, he will mutter his words and let it go.
Yeah, and you see the dart hits him, and it kind of jolts up into his arm, and then you see he's just kind of spasms for a bit and falls over in a heap. He appears quite dead.
And KRUGER will let out a slight smile when he falls over, and he'll actually continue going towards him to make sure he's dead, just to double check. And
Reinvold unconscious, goblins dead or bleeding to death. Biggin back on Morguttt. Where is it? Big Chopper. One more time.
Yeah.
Nope. Roll defenses. Make sure you don't somehow fail worse than this.
Biggin is having a hard fucking time.
has he hit yet?
No, he hasn't hit
so.
a single person. Successful dodge. Orc is dead. Morguttt, take us home. He is surrounded because Dorathil's involved now, so it's plus 30. Oh shit!
Oh man, here we go.
That's pretty rough. I'll have him roll it. I don't think there's any way he can do anything here.
Rolls 1
Just for the sake of it. No. You can go. He's dead, so you can describe his looks as you somehow punch his arm, beat him up. Describe this brutal killing.
All those hits on the right arm, and finally the left arm is the one that kills.
I punch the left arm, and somehow he drops the big chopper on his own head.
Yeah, so you punch this arm, snaps it, and all the beatings that he's taken over the right and left arm, he brings the chopper up, but the chopper's hit dirt so many times the head of it falls off and just splits his head open. He's like, and then he just crumples.
Fucking amazing.
Falls.
Wow, what a battle.
What a fucking fight.
That's the fight.
They did worse than us. That's all that mattered.
Amazing.
Well, I gotta do... Oh, no, I don't have to because I spent a fucking day.
You're still unconscious for right now, unfortunately, but
Oh, yeah.
combat is done, I'm going to roll one more time for the goblin, see if he's bled to death in this time. He is not. So you guys may act freely. You're all dead.
KRUGER, of course, would, as he's walking back from checking on the orc who died, he would search him for anything valuable.
No. He has some ragged armor and a very ratty weapon. Looks very crude. Maybe it could be sold for raw material, but it's does not look good.
KRUGER would leave it, and as he walked, well, I took care of the one that was fleeing. Looks like this one needs to get a little help so he doesn't die before we get to ask him or quit.
Alright, go ahead and roll the your healing roll. Let me see what it is for stabilizing people.
When you get over to Reinwald, you see how bad he is. Going completely pale from blood loss, but it looks like the bleeding has finally stopped. It's covered in mud, as is his whole front.
Is KRUGER in earshot?
Yes.
Hey, KRUGER, come here for a moment.
What you need?
I need you to distract MORGUTT so he doesn't think that Reinvoldt's a tasty snack.
Oh boy.
He's a bloody fucking mess at the moment, and I'm gonna do my best to heal him, but I don't need MORGUTT coming in here and eat him.
Yes, you know, we don't want to confuse him for meat mint pie, right?
And if he does get hungry, I need to far the fuck away from that when that happens.
Oh, poor MORGUTT.
KRUGER would look at
I'm
MORGUTT.
so scared.
And MORGUTT, you mind to give me a hand with this little goblin over here?
Is completely oblivious to the deception and when
I need him securely tied up, or you can hold him, one or the other.
You wanted a heal check there?
Yes. So it's int bonus plus success levels. So it would be, I believe your int bonus is 4.
Correct.
So 6. 6 wounds come back. No critical wounds were suffered. Oh no, you did suffer a critical bleeding hand wound. So let's see. That does not require surgery.
Right.
But
I think I have to make a roll for disease or something, don't I?
You do, yeah. So it's anybody. I think you were the only one who on player's side that was damaged. So you need to roll me. So it's going to be a bit tougher than it usually is because you suffered a bleeding hand condition. Let me make sure about. I don't think you need any surgery. No. So
Yeah, I think it's minus 10 to any test.
right. So it's going to be just for because you took a critical wound. I think is how that works. So infected.
Yeah, for festering wounds, minor infection, or blood rot. None of which sound good.
Nope. So yeah, go ahead and roll me an endurance. I believe it's normally it's plus 40. It's plus 30 for you because you had a critical wound.
Cool.
Okay.
I ain't got no more fate.
Festering wound.
I just heal you for you to die.
You just healed me for me to be sick for weeks, and you have to deal with it.
So festering wound. find that.
It's on 170 or 187.
Festering wound, infected cuts and abrasions. Symptoms: fever, lingering malaise, and wounded.
The fucking way they heal it is just most physicians rubbish such talk and prefer more scientific curatives, such as mixing the gall of a black ox with 3 spoonfuls of the patient's urine and half a spoonful of sea salt, which is then rubbed into the festering pus film.
Alright, so that's gonna be, so you don't know it, but that's incubation period, so it's not gonna, you're not gonna suffer anything just yet, but I'm gonna start keeping track of time. So I'll mark that.
Oh, that, the simple.
And then when it comes to pass, we'll revisit the symptoms and the duration of how long it'll be. But yeah, describe how it looks as Dorthil is able to basically bring Reinvold back into conscious, so not perhaps feeling his greatest.
There are some herbs that are gathered under tree here. Yeah. Grab those quick, open up my water skin, make a fine paste out of it, start administering that to wounds on you. Lightly just sprinkle some water on your forehead and start slapping your cheek lightly. Hey, Reinvold.
He starts coming to, very dizzy looking from the lack of blood. Kind of looks up at you with hazy eyes. Kind of tries to lean forward, but kind of leans back again a bit. You know, clearly still quite dazed from everything. Looks around at the dead orcs and goblins and everything around. Well, seems we're alive.
Oh, thankful that you're...
Looks at his arm, his wrist and hand all tore up. Winces a bit.
Put my hand on your shoulder. Wait, look at that. Morgutt's stomach trembling. Let's get you up and moving around.
Yeah, he kind of uses you a lot to help him get up. He's finally standing. Seems relatively steady. Still a bit wobbly, but he seems to have a handle on standing for the moment. He's still looking pretty rough. Thank you. I assume I have you to thank for surviving, don't you?
Oh, yeah, no, you owe me quite a bit. But, moment, let's focus on getting you up steady here.
Thank you.
We gotta go fuck around with that big fucker in the cave that the biggin was reporting to.
Yes, well, I think I should be alright for it. Bit worse for wear, but doesn't look like the blood is flowing anymore.
No, I was able to staunch that decently enough. Oh, gentlemen, it looks like we're all present and accounted for.
Glad to see no one else went down quite so hard. Reinvold reaches down and picks up his blade off the muddy ground, wiping it against the rather bulky figure.
Yeah, anybody, so you look at your hand, Reinvold, and it's all bandaged up, taken care of. Pretty fine job by Dorthil. This goblin, on the other hand, is bleeding profusely still. Alive barely. Morgutt, you can hear the wheezes of his ratty breaths coming deep in and out as he's sitting there, slowly fading.
Well, I suppose we should see if we can hear them enough to answer their questions before we kill them again.
So,
Morgutt ponders that.
And that here be a light snack for Margaret. But maybe that's what we could use against them. And nobody likes to get eaten alive.
you have a point. Kind of looks at Dorathil, expecting him to get the goblin up and at him as he did with himself.
What? Wait, you want me to heal this thing?
Just enough so you can answer their questions without dying.
Ugh.
Well, if we want any information, I suppose we need to.
Well, which direction was he going off on?
Well, this one, the direction he went was falling down on the ground. The other one, he was going the way we came. At least I think
Yeah.
I got turned around in the woods.
I'll,
Yeah, does the way the other orc tried to run line up with where we know the cave is?
Yes, and those of you that were near the orc, Dorthil and KRUGER mainly, you would recall that in the midst of the battle, the orc yelled, "We gotta get back to the cave," in very broken Reichspiel.
Yes, and now you do mention I do remember that.
At least we got something out of this whole thing and information to bring back. Sounds like they have quite the force set up to attack.
Right. I guess we need to know where the traps are and how many there is, maybe.
Yes, I definitely hope we can smoke them out. As long as there's no other exit, then we should be pretty well set. Damn hand stings. Kind of shakes at it a bit.
So you are able to close up the bleeding wounds, Dorthil, on this goblin. The physiology of the body seems roughly similar to, people, your people, man. So it's not too difficult a task to deal with the wounds. It is currently still unconscious and has not been bound.
Yeah, they got Morgutt holding on to him. No need to tie him up.
Yeah, I fear Morgutt can sit on him if he's already. I will backhand hit the goblin across the face. Oi, hey sir.
And wakes up and he looks really dreary-eyed, tired. What? Oh, Zog, you killed all of them.
Aye, we did, and it's by luck's grace that you're still alive at the moment, so you need to be answering some questions. Lest big guy here get hungry. Oh boy, he worked on an appetite working on your big boy there.
Yeah, the goblin looks up at Morgutt.
I could just imagine he can't even see Morgan's face over the belly.
No, yeah, he just looks up and sees a big belly over his head. And
Just in shadow.
he just looks frightened up into this big gut the rest of you can see.
He did say his mother had a good recipe for goblin.
What you want with me? I'm just a runt.
I think first things, we need to know where you're stationed, and how many of you there are, and well, everything.
Looks at Reinvold. Stationed? Using big words. How many? He starts counting the ones around, points at himself, and then thinks for a long time. Well, boys come and go, but not counting these three here, we has like four counting me at the cave. Yeah.
And
Including
by
the
your
boss.
standards, is 4 a lot or very?
No. Four's like nothing. Lots is more than 4. Yeah.
Does he seem to be genuine here?
Doesn't seem to be lying right now.
Yeah. Well then, and this cave where you're staying, right? That is where you made it came.
If I tells you, you let me go, yeah?
Oh, of course, poor thing. Yeah, Reinfeld's absolutely bullshit. But should I roll a
Yes.
thing for that? Or would that be cool, right?
Shit, good question. I'd say it falls under charm, actually.
Charm.
Yeah.
And the 20 baseline, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
Hey. Yeah, and he thinks about, wait a minute. You's lying to me.
Reinfeld sighs. Well, think about it like this. I have no interest in killing, so I won't. But, depending on how well you answer us, determines how slowly or quickly you die. Or are you?
Well, with the dying, can we work out, like, I don't know, real slow, like years?
I think for sure we can do years. Morgutt, you said your ma had some goblin recipe or goblin stew as a recipe.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about you show us how that's prepared? Let's go, since he's not wanting to talk anymore.
Okay. Morgutt picks the goblin up by a foot.
Wait, listen. I just don't want to die.
Okay. Well, so have any traps in the cave?
Yeah.
If you lie to me, he's gonna take your hand.
If I tell you, you let me go then.
If you tell me, he won't take your hand.
Small steps.
They said Yumi's bad at negotiating, but this is a whole nother level. And he looks around. Listen. All right. I'll tell you where the cave is. You don't take my hand. I'll tell you the traps are. You let me go, yeah?
I personally will let you go.
Right.
Well, that's 2 down. 1 or 2 more to go.
So, listen. The cave, yeah? The cave, it's over there. We've been resting in it, because Boss Bigger Than Big Boss told us we need to spread out. He cast what he called it, a net? That thing that stupid Yumi tried to throw on me. But anyway, that's 1, okay? It's that way. Can't miss it. Big cave. And 2, traps. We sneaky. We set all kinds of traps. Lots of rock traps. A couple of noise traps. We even made a little pitfall, what with some spikes at the bottom of it. Yeah, it's real nice. But look, I can let you know where they are. But you gotta let me go, yeah? Let me run, and I won't go back to the cave. Yeah? You'll never see me again.
Well then, how would you show us what these traps are?
I'm real good at talking. I can tell you.
And the cave. Does it have any other exits or just the one?
No, one way in, one way's out.
Your big one, the big one that's bigger than the big one, your big boss. Is he an orc like the big one was, or is he something else?
Yeah, I ain't never met him. I heard stories.
Yeah, my friend here, my big friend here, my big hungry friend here wants to know, is he bigger than the big one? You heard stories. How big is he?
Oh, he's much bigger. But, well, not like bigger, like, you know, like he was. He's not big like that, but he is strong. I'm afraid to say it, but he's a lot of orcs think he's mad. Like, you know, cuckoo. And he kind of spins his fingers around the sides of his ears. Crazy like, but anyone which stepped up to him, he's killed him. Crushed him even, and made him work for him anyways.
Wait, how does he make someone work for him if he kills them?
I just don't know, I never met him. All I ever heard was a name. That's it. And some stories, but you can't believe stories.
Suppose. Well then. Not what I was looking for. He kind of looks at DORATHI and KRUGER. What do you say? Personally, I don't quite have any taste for killing things that don't need to be killed, but they are violent bastards.
I mean, Reinhold, you and I said we weren't gonna kill him.
Indeed.
So that's not. KRUGER, you don't seem like to be in a violent mood at the moment, so I don't think you're gonna kill him, are you?
No, I'm inclined to let MORGUTT have his way with it, walk it away, so I'm not fazed by it.
Yeah, so that's three of us. We're not gonna kill you. Have fun, MORGUTT. I turn around and walk away.
So you just gonna let me go, yeah, big fella?
Would MORGUTT have any reason to let this guy go?
I thought about it for a minute. I was like, Reinhold might be nice, and I was like, oh yeah, Reinhold murdered his parents to get at the family. But, you know, never mind.
These guys have been killing them all too long.
Yep.
I don't know if MORGUTT is to think of having an orc valet or not. So
Roll for it.
Oh my god. Yeah, let's see some int here. Let's see.
I like that. Let's do that.
Whenever
That's
you can't
awesome.
decide, let the dice do it for you.
Exactly. Oh my god, if you take a little fucking goblin as a slave.
Oh no.
He's hungry and he sees...
Okay, so MORGUTT kills the goblin.
Eating him, I imagine?
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, so as everybody, I'm assuming, turns away, you do hear just screams and pleading, and then just very violent.
No, MORGUTT would have enough taste to just wring its neck like one would a chicken.
Oh, so yeah, you guys hear this very violent snap. And then it's just crunching noises.
Right, well, this is super pleased with it.
But question is, would it run around like a chicken?
I'm assuming the whole corpse is devoured.
Oh, man.
Waste not, want not.
Yeah.
Reinhold looks to the others. Well then, 4 more of them, all trapped in the cave with only one way out. Sounds like the smoking plan will work.
Yeah, perhaps we should collapse some of the entrance.
Alright. Make a big enough fire that they don't want to without getting charred at the very least, and we can kill them on the way out if they do charge through the flames.
Or do we just close it off and make a big fire and let the smoke consume? But then again, desperate people, then maybe they might try to find their way out another way. So perhaps an good exit is, but perhaps not an easy exit.
Let's get the wood in place, I suppose, and as long as we pile it up quite well, it should be fine. Perhaps Morgan can lob some boulders over nearby the entrance as well to stump them out. And make it a bit more difficult if they do try and leave.
What do you say, big guy? You feel like lobbing some boulders?
He limbers up his arm.
All right. So the cave isn't far. Doesn't take long to find it. On the outside, there are some entrails and blood kind of spilled about, but you are able to find it. At the moment, nothing is going in or out. You don't really hear anything from inside the cave. So what's the plan here as far as getting a fire going, setting up boulders? What's everybody doing?
I think there's no way of knowing if the other ones are in there or not, but I suppose we might want to just go for it just in case. What do you think? Shall we set up now, or do we want to... I mean, if you'd like, I can scout inside and see whether they're there.
I say we just go ahead and do it. If they're not inside, they'll come and see it. We'll see them as well. If they're inside, then they're trapped. They have to come out towards us.
And yeah, they presumably on the way back picked up all the extra wood and stuff, and so Reinwald, he starts getting the tinder in the main core of the fire set up as Morgutt brings some rocks around and boulders and stuff to get around the entrance.
Yeah, and as more
piling up the wood.
Yep, as the wood starts piling, KRUGER would give a hand or just himself start lighting a fire and building it.
Yeah, we're talking like fucking log bonfire type shit, you know?
Yeah.
You know, like fucking Skyrim when the giants have their campfires, like that fucking size.
So you're getting a big fire going and you're gonna basically get it to where it's in the cave, try to block it from going anywhere else.
Yeah, just in the entrance, right? And then the rocks and stuff Morgan moves over in front to make it really hard, so they have to pretty much go through it literally to get out.
Okay, so there are some stones and things like that around. Morgutt, you can make a test to see how well you set all this up. I think athletics plus 20 to see how well you set up the boulders and everything around the entrance. Just because it is very hard. Okay, it's hard work, but you're a big lad, so you move all this around. It's pretty good bouldered in. Doesn't leave much room for, maybe just enough room for, maybe someone of a man's size to go in, light a fire, kind of come back out. Doesn't allow much smoke to escape to the outside. Kind of keeps things contained. And then the rest of you are gathering wood, or are you using the tinder and everything from the lumber?
Yeah, we're using the tinder, and we were taking some of the wood. They had a bunch of dry wood and stuff like that.
Okay.
Stuff they'd had piled up and were willing to give up. Pretty much.
So whoever wants to, just to see how well this fire is put together and if it kind of blows in the way you want it to, go ahead and roll me. I believe survival is one of the things in this. Let me see.
I presume KRUGER hopefully has more hit and some fortune left over.
Outdoor survival is what we're gonna roll here.
I've only got 28, so
we're gonna set it at plus 30 because you have the materials and everything. It's more just a matter of setting things up. to blow the
Shall
smoke
we
in.
both roll, or just one of us?
I would say one person. We could do, I think there are team rolls. We could do that if people would like to.
Oh, yeah. As well.
Let me see about that.
It's much better than 28.
I got a 44.
Nice.
Plus 30. And I got Magic Flame in case it doesn't want to light anyways. So
Reingold's a city thief, not a fucking brigand. So, not exactly good with the whole survival thing. Better than, like, a layman, but still.
I mean, there will be a fire regardless, because, like I said, KRUGER is, as you know, everybody's doing about the other stuff. KRUGER would just use his magic to light.
So, there's not a group test that I can see. There's like combined skills and things like that, but there is assistance. So you can assist on someone to give them plus 10s. Because MORGUTT's moving the boulders, I would say he can't assist in this, but anybody else could assist one of the other people in rolling it. So right now it's basic plus 20. Well, so let's plus 10 because it's kind of more difficult than average. You're trying to get the smoke to blow in, but plus 10 because you have the materials, and then if the two of you would like to assist someone, that's plus, we're looking at plus 40 basically.
Yeah. So I guess Dorothy and I help KRUGER? Or...
Yeah, that can be fine. Oh,
What the fucking fuck?
You still have fortune, right?
Yeah, I got the one that I got refunded to.
Well, thank goodness for that.
I didn't mark it, but I got it.
Just don't roll higher.
fucking fuck.
Such a classic line. There's a quote for the book. Yeah.
How?
Man,
Much better.
much better.
Alright.
What the fucking fuck?
Alright, so all of you work together in your own separate things. MORGUTT props up the stones. The rest of you gather wood and set everything up for the fire. And after a little bit of time, again, no interruptions take place, thankfully. Get a nice fire going. Big bonfire builds up. Takes 20, 30, maybe 45 minutes, but then starts to burn really healthily. You see the very little smoke is coming through the cracks. MORGUTT and actually set up a pretty stable kind of structure over this fire, and a lot of the smoke is contained to going in the cave. Good fire's burning. A little bit of time passes. The sun starts to go further down and starting to turn that orange glow of the evening, but the smoke's really billowing at this point. And let me roll some things to see how effective this is.
Yeah, I imagine Reinvold has got like he's probably like got like a plank of wood or something similar, and he's like helping to fan it into the cave and stuff. Probably alongside MORGUTT probably has just a bush that he's ripped out of the ground, I imagine. Ooh, that's a concerning name. Oh man, these are some beautiful rolls on our end.
I'm liking it. Yeah.
Alright, so as the evening starts to set in, all of a sudden, as you're kind of close to the cave entrance, you start to hear this rumbling coming in, like something's running along the ground, and coughing follows it. It's loud hacking, and let's see if he busts through. Through some of the stones that are set, boulders, rocks, this massive green form shatters through, axe in hand. A bunch of smoke billowing out from behind him, hacking up constantly. as you see this huge orc burst through the stones, and he looks around. There's scorch marks and burns all over him, and he looks at the group of you standing outside of the cave. One orc shuffles out behind him, again covered in scorch marks and burns, looking much worse for wear. And the last one almost crawls out and stares you all down. You the ones that put the zog and smoke in my cave?
What? No, of course not. We thought you were the ones that started it.
Huh?
Just not your fire.
We came to see what was going on.
What? He looks around.
And while he's distracted, if I can, I want to dive in for a strike with the blade while he's confused.
I'm gonna see if you can put 2 and 2 together. He's being lied to.
let's see this fucking hit roll. Oh man. Come on. Ah, damn.
No! I knows you started it! And he sees you diving in. And, as he raises a massive chopper, that is where we'll call it for the evening.
Nice.
Right as Rainbolt's about to get swatted like a fly.
I know! Why did Rainbow go in first?
Remember it.